So you want to hit a 7-figure month and you're trying to decide, do I go all in on content and build that personal brand? Or do I start investing in paid ads to hit my first 7-figure month? After helping businesses make millions of dollars, 7-figure months from paid ads, and helping entrepreneurs amass millions of followers, some of the biggest personal brands in their particular niche, I can tell you exactly what you need to know about both paths. And it's not what you think. So in this video, I'm going to break down the real truth to scaling your high ticket offer in 2025. Now, who am I? I'm Daniel Walton. I run a content first agency. We're a Facebook partner, TikTok partner, and TikTok shop partner, meaning we create thousands of pieces of content some months and we test everything. We're seeing exactly what works from the content strategy, from organic, working with influencers, to paid strategies. I've helped scale multiple businesses in the last year to 7-figure monthly rates through paid ads, of course, all profitably. And I've helped entrepreneurs in the last year go from 3,000 followers to over 1 million followers, building some of the biggest personal brands and dominating as the #1 personal brand in their particular niche. And what's fascinating is some of the biggest personal brands like Iman Ghazi, whose massive amounts of followers, I'm talking millions and millions of followers. They sell you on the benefits of building a personal brand. But when you see the vehicle they're doing it with paid ads. My friend Justin Ho, he helps build personal brands. And if you need help building a personal brand, he's definitely your guy. But even him, he uses paid ads and these content first strategies to run his high ticket offer and actually monetize it. Now, I know you've seen every guru out there preaching about building a personal brand. And I'm not trying to diminish them or talk down about building a personal brand, but it's not what you think. And here's what's crazy is all of these personal brand experts, they're all using paid ads to sell you and pitch their high ticket offers. Cody Sanchez, Hormozi, Layla Hormozi, Iman Ghazi, my friend Justin Ho, all these personal brand experts are making tons of money through paid ads. And the reason for this is because they know exactly what's needed to monetize their high ticket offers. Don't you think if these guys who have millions of followers, who had such great success from building a personal brand and they're selling you on it, why are they running paid ads? So in this video, I'm going to break down the reality of building a personal brand and all the behind the scene things that they don't tell you. I'm going to break down the exact time frame it takes and the costs that you're going to have to invest, whether you decide to build a personal brand or you decide to invest in paid ads, or maybe you're like me and want to build them both and monetize immediately. I don't care to be right. For me, I just want to make the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time frame without skipping any steps. So let's dive right in. We're going to go into the personal brand building reality. Now, I'm going to start off with a story about myself here. Actually, a little over a year ago, I was set on, I need to build a personal brand. I need to go really hard on content. Now, you might have more followers than me. You might be behind in the game a little bit than me. You might be just getting started. And I had the realization I do need to go hard on content. So I hired one of the best creative strategists and personal brand builders in the world. We came up with all the content strategy. We started deploying it. I actually got 6,000 followers from a single video. And you would think like, oh, wow, that's amazing. Like, just keep doing that, right? But the truth is, it actually hurt my income. Now, you might be different. You might be worth tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, and all you care about is following, right? That's going to be different. But most people that I know, they still care about making the money. They still want to monetize. My channel is for people who want to have $1 million month. And if that's you, you're going to be like me, which cares a lot about the monetization. I want to make money. I'm not on social media for fun. I'm on social media to make money. I run paid ads to make money. I post content to make money. And I posted one video. I got 6,000 followers on TikTok. I actually did another video on Instagram, which is crazy. I think I got like 3,000 followers from one video on Instagram. Now I could have continued doing these strategies, which is building the personal brand, getting followers, getting views. But what it did is it actually up my audience. And I regret doing that. If I could go back, I actually wouldn't have posted those, because at the time I thought followers were more important, image was more important. But what it did is I got a lot of followers, but they weren't the right followers. I actually don't care about followers at all. It was the wrong audience. What I care about is monetization. In order, like, the reason you're posting is you need to monetize. That is all that matters. And getting more followers doesn't necessarily mean monetization. monetization, what was happening is I had all these people that weren't into the content that I needed them to be into, weren't into those things. And it really messed things up. Also, my friend, Justin Ho, he's got over 2 million followers. He's amassed over 1 billion views, has a personal brand. It's crazy. You know, we can go into a restaurant and like, we don't pay for anything. There's definitely benefits to having a personal brand, but even with his 2 million followers, he still runs ads. And for months, I had been telling him to do certain strategies. And when he finally did it with paid ads, the strategies resulted in a $67,000 month. So these strategies actually work. Additionally, my friend, I have another friend, I'm not going to mention his name, but he's the #1 celebrity personal brand in his niche. He went from like no followers, I think he had less followers than me, to I want to say he's at like almost 2 million followers now, over 1 million followers. He's also built one of the top 30 podcasts in the country. I want to say he passed up Gary Vee as far as this. His personal brand destroyed his life. His wife divorced him. So I'm not saying that's going to happen, but there's a lot of things that happen from it. People talk about him. You know, I'm really good friends with him, but people are like, what's he doing? You know, like, oh my gosh, like they judge. There's a lot of things that come with it. Now, any success, people are going to judge you. Those aren't people on your level. So, you know, there's going to be people like that. My other friend, Ryan Fish, he's built a very successful personal brand. He has a very successful business. He hates creating content. He tells me, he's like, if I have to post another fitness video again, like that's the last thing in the world I ever want to do. I want to build a high ticket offer that I can run on ads, that I can scale and build systems. And that's what he's in the process of doing because paid ads work. Now, I want to actually break down the costs and time of building a personal brand. Now, you have two costs in anything that you do. You have your time, which time is money, and then you have the cost, which obviously hard costs. So what a lot of people don't think is time is money. You can hire people that can amplify your process in a very short time frame. You can hire a very good creative strategist to help you for like $3,000, $5,000 a month. One ad can make you hundreds of thousands of dollars, which people don't understand. So the time costs a lot. I'm going to break this down for you. The time cost, 8 hours studio time per week. Then you have to pay editors. You have to spend time scripting it, maybe another 4 hours. You're looking at no less than 12. I know some people that spend full-time jobs just creating content. So the time, you're looking at anywhere from 12 to 40 hours per week. Then you post every day. You post it. We'll factor all of that into it. The editing, posting, the strategy, all of that. 12 to 40 hours per week minimum to like really go hard on these personal brands. Then it takes months. I mean, it took my friend like 12 months to hit 1 million followers. So 12 months, and 1 million's like the big mark. That's where people like really are like, oh, and obviously hundreds of thousands of followers. I know people with very few followers, like a couple hundred followers that are worth hundreds of millions of dollars. They don't care about a personal brand at all. So there is certain clout that you get that you don't need a personal brand for. Let's say you do everything right. You hire creative strategists. You have a full content team. You have editors. You have a videographer. You're doing everything the right way to build the brand. 12 months to get to 1 million followers. 12 to 40 hours a week. I mean, that's a long time. With paid ads, you can scale a high ticket offer to hundreds of thousands of dollars in a short time frame. I mean, I've literally worked on projects. I have partners and people that I've worked with that have scaled offers to like $600,000 months in literally 3 months of launching with paid ads. So I don't think there's any comparison in the time that it takes. And I'll break down those times in the timeline. But you're looking at like 12 months to get to 1 million followers. Plus, that's just the time frame, right? That doesn't include all the hours that it took to get there. That's purely posting all the time. It takes a lot of time to build the algorithm, to get, notoriety, people to trust you. All of those things are just going to take time. So you can spend 12 months to build a personal brand, 12 to 40 hours a week. And then you're going to have the risks of, I've had friends that have like hundreds of thousands of followers. I have one friend with like 600,000 followers. He's had personal threats on his life. People attack his wife, not like physically, but like have found her on Instagram somehow and, send threats to her. My friends hate posting content from it. I've had one friend literally end up in a divorce from it. So there's just a lot of other factors that happen. And I'm not saying don't build a personal brand. I just want to be very clear. Now, paid ads, let's look at paid ads. And I might be biased, but I'm just going to lay down the facts, because I might be biased because I'm a paid ad expert, content first. But as I said, I went that route. I posted, got thousands of followers. And then what happened is my content wasn't hitting the people I wanted because I was focused on the wrong metrics of those audiences. Again, I'm now going back onto, I want to build my following. but I don't care about followers or views. I care about monetization. If I get 200 people to watch a video and those 200 views turn into 5 new customers, that's $50,000 for me. That's great. I literally don't care. I'd rather make $50,000 from 200 views than get 200,000 views, get 50,000 followers, but I didn't make a single sale from it. And you have to decide what's more important to you. Do you care more about making money, or do you care more about notoriety, clout, and those things? A lot of people care more about that. There's nothing wrong with it. Everybody has different desires. For me, I care about money. I'm in this for making money. I want personal freedom, financial freedom, health freedom, spiritual freedom. Those are the things that I'm chasing in life. I don't give a about what anybody thinks of me. I don't give a about how many followers I have. I don't care about any of that. So the benefits of paid ads is you can immediately get in front of the right audiences, and not just the right audience, your ideal audience. And what do I mean by immediately? So I'll give you the timeline. I came to this studio today. I wrote a script. So you write the script 1 to 2 hours. With AI, you might even be able to do it in 30 minutes. You write the script, you film it 30 minutes, let's say up to 2 hours, depending on how much content you need. One script though, you can do one really good direct response script. You don't need anything. Now you're going to be a lot more dependent on sales. With my strategies, where you're probably going to need about 2 hours at the studio to film like a month to 2 months, maybe even 3 months worth of ads. If you have really good stuff in place, like we could film in 2 hours enough content to make hundreds of thousands of dollars, possibly millions of dollars for months. It's crazy what ads can do. Then the editing, which just outsource that. If you're editing your own stuff, that's just a waste. But let's say you do 2 to 5 hours. And that's all the time it takes to immediately get in front. For me, time's money. Time's more valuable. So now I film that, I do that. Let's say I edit it tomorrow. Ads go live on Sunday. It's Friday that I'm filming this video. Ads go live on Sunday. I can start making money from it. Maybe the next day, maybe by Friday, maybe 14 days. What's your sales cycle? That's how fast you can immediately make ads. And if you don't know your sales cycle, you just need to ask yourself to figure out the sales cycles. Like from when somebody starts talking to you, how long does it take until they close? That's your sales cycle. Or from when somebody shows interest in you. So maybe they like send you a DM is like, hey, I want to learn more, or they become a lead, whatever it is, if you're already running paid ads. So paid ads you're going to immediately get in front of your ideal audience. They're predictable too. You're going to know what your costs are. So we call it your cost per lead or booked appointment, your CAC, which is your cost of acquisition. For example, if you have a $50 appointment cost, $100 appointment cost, that's your cost per lead. And you've got 2 sales closers and you want to get both of them full, and it takes that they can handle 5 calls a day. So you need 10 calls at $100. Well, you need to spend $1,000 a day. You know exactly that. And then your cost of acquisition, of my closers, they close 10%. So they need 10 calls to close 1. So I know at $100 times 10, that's 1,000. One of those is going to close. So my cost of acquisition is $1,000. So I need to spend $1,000 to get 1. I need to spend $1,000 a day to fill up my pipeline. So the cost, the cost, it's predictable and very scalable. Additionally, you can maintain your privacy. Some people that are really good ad experts. They have these pages with just their face in it, doesn't even say their name in it, and no limitations at all, because they can run an offer. And with good ads, you can get people to watch. People think that if I pay to get somebody to watch, it's like not as quality or I'm diminishing myself. It's like, if you feel that way, that's a personal opinion. Do you want to make money or not? Because I'm not here to be right. I'm here to make you money. And I don't care if I have to pay to get people to watch. I'm going to have to pay in my time. What's my time worth? If you're a 7-figure entrepreneur, your time is worth $83,000 a month. What does that end up being per hour? That's your time worth. So you're going to spend $83,000 times 12 months. That's $1 million to finally start hitting your financial goals of building a personal brand. That's ludicrous. You can, in a very short time frame with ads, hit $1 million a month very fast with ads. All you need is a good funnel. I'll break down all this stuff too, actually. Now, the hard costs of ads, let's break down the hard costs. That's the other thing to factor in. Hard costs. And we already kind of went over that. It is your ad cost. But generally, you can get leads for $50 to $150 for higher ticket offers. Maybe even significant if it's mass market, way less than that. We have mass market leads that are $5 to $15. We have very niche specific leads that are going to be more expensive, up to $150. But these are things you can immediately monetize. So if I was you and I had like $20,000 that I could invest, I would 100% go into ads. If I had $5,000, I would do that. And you can't work with somebody like me. $5,000 is not enough. That doesn't even cover my retainer. I generally like somebody to have at least like $20,000 liquid that they can assume isn't going to come back to them. Why is that? Just you want to have realistic expectations. automations. Now, when we make you money, you're going to be freaking stoked. But whenever you go into any marketing, anything, it's always good to just assume you're going to lose. That's just the best mindset. This might not make any money. Otherwise, you're going to feel like a victim and you're going to feel scammed. And we don't need to go into that because none of those people watch my content. So those are the main factors. Now, what you need to make money on ads is very easy. All you need is a funnel, 2 hours to make, some automations. If you hire someone like myself, you don't even have to do any of this stuff. You just tell me what your offer is. If you're watching this, you probably already have this. You've probably already built it. Now, we might need to edit it and change it and update it. So 2 to 4 hours. Then the content, we already broke that down. Content and ads. Let's say 2 to 4 hours on that. The editing, 3 to 5 days turnaround. You use an editor. So funnel, automations, the ads themselves, the editing. We'll even say the CRM, which I would consider that in the automations. That's all you need. You need a funnel. You need the automations, which is built into the CRM. You need the content and you need to edit it. I mean, you could literally launch a brand new business, a brand new offer in less than a week. You can film everything. I'll put a VSL that's separate. Then I'll consider that separate from the ads. A VSL and then maybe a pre-call video. So let's say the VSL actually takes 2 hours to script and then the editing, same time frame, 3 to 5 days. Pre-call video, let's say 1 hour to script. I mean, it's not a lot to make a lot of money on ads. Now, I hope you understand what's involved going with both paths. And so you can see clearly what the actual costs are in time and in money. So whether you decide to build a personal brand or scale with paid ads, it's really going to depend on you. Now, who is the personal brand good for? I think for somebody who isn't as dependent on money, right? So if you're an 8-figure entrepreneur, generally these are, I would say, guys like 40s plus, generally maybe even in their 50s already. They've built businesses. They don't need the money. They're not as money motivated. Those are going to be people that maybe building the following and the personal brand means more to them because they don't mind putting a year into something. They don't mind spending, $100,000 over the year to hire the best creative strategist, hire an editor, hire somebody to follow them around with a camera all year. They don't mind spending 50 to 100K to get the 1 million followers, but it being like real, obviously you can pay for fake followers, but people know that. It's very easy to find. Don't ever buy fake followers, regardless of what path you go. Don't do it. It's going to ruin it. So I hope this video showed you a little bit about the difference of the two. And regardless, if you'd like help hitting your first $1 million month and you want to leverage paid ads, you want somebody who's helped people do both and understands, like, I'm not trying to brag, but I know content very well. Do I have the biggest following? No, but I hire people. I don't need to do all of these things myself. I understand what a good hook is, how to create engaging content, how to create content that's not just engaging, but it's going to be leveraged in ads so that we can really make you money. You need a comprehensive content strategy and you need somebody who's going to really do that for you. Now, if you can't afford me, no worries. I actually do consulting. I can help guide you in a better direction. I can't express how important that is. You can spend a couple $1,000s a month hiring an agency and do that for months and months and not get results. Or you can hire somebody like myself who can teach you so much more in 1 month, maybe a couple months of working with me, and you're going to be so much better off. So if you want to work with me, make sure to DM me on Instagram or click one of the links. I have applications in my bio. We do have a pretty strict application process. I only work with 7-figure entrepreneurs or 8-figure entrepreneurs. To me, it's more about the character traits of the person and something about that level of entrepreneur. They generally understand things a little bit more and they're ready to move forward. And then also they generally are financially qualified to work with us. Our contracts and retainers are normally about $7,500 a month or higher. And we do everything though. We take a net profit or we take a percentage of the profit share and we're committed to the growth. I want to really I'm only taking on offers this year that I see potential in hitting a 7-figure month. We did 4 businesses last year to achieve 7-figure months. One of our clients actually hit a 9-figure. They went 0 to 100 mil. They did it in 18 months of starting. So I'm looking to be a part of these types of businesses now. And you get my full team, all my resources. Everything is dedicated to working and scaling your business so that you can focus on the product. You can focus on the service. You can focus on the operations. You can focus on the sales. I do actually help a little bit in the sales. I try not to be too involved, but I can just see a lot from building a lot of offers. And we're here to help you either way. What I'd love from you is, aside from subscribing and liking, is drop some comments with questions that you have about your marketing, about your funnel, about your VSL, about your offer. I want to answer them. I would love to answer those questions in future videos. So thanks so much for watching. Be sure to tune in again.